All right, folks, here is the Amiga news for the week of November 17th, 2024. Let's freaking go.
Amiga news with Amiga Bill.
Welcome to the Amiga news section. The biggest news of the week, in my opinion, takes us way back to one of the original Amiga games that I loved as a young lad, and that game is Faery Tale Adventure. I've got my original Faery Tale Adventure quote box, my wallet style Faery Tale Adventure physical edition right here. But the reason why is the lead story this week is because David Joyner released the source code for the Amiga classic game Faery Tale Adventure. This is super exciting. David said, "I've decided to release the source code for the original Faery Tale Adventure written by myself and published by MicroIllusions in 1987. This may be of some historical interest to folks." He's got a GitHub over here, a GitHub link where you can download the source code. It'll also include the entire source code package in the AmigaBill goodie bag. He said, "Note that the code was written very early in my programming career and in a hurry, so it is of generally poor quality with a few comments." I saw that he posted that over on the Reddit. You can also go over to the GitHub, and this is where he posted it all. You can easily download all the source code. Maybe we'll take a quick peek at it. What do you guys think? You want to take a quick peek at the source code? Where did I download it? Let me just see if I downloaded it. It was hide the Brave, hide the Discord. Oh crap, hide the Discord. We'll go over here. I wasn't ready for this. Here it is, I got it. Here's the fairy tale. Let's check out the terrain. Neat. There it is, check it out. Look at that source code. Look at that source code. Anyway, it is a really cool thing to do to preserve the history. Faery Tale Adventure was one of the first, like role-playing adventure games that I loved playing. And check it out. Let's go over here to the overhead cam, and this is my original Faery Tale Adventure from MicroIllusions. We'll open the sucker up. It is absolutely beautiful, and my favorite parts of Faery Tale Adventure was the physical map that it came with. And I still got my map here, folks. Let's check it out. It did have beautiful terrain. Look, there's the map. It was a nice touch. It was a nice touch. I used to, get lost in this game. To be fair, I never completed this game. I'm not gonna lie. Like, full disclosure, folks, the thing I did most in this game is cut off the head of the poor mad beggar. Oh yeah. The music in the game is fantastic too. But there was always like a beggar on the road, and I literally would go up behind him and chop his head off because I was a crazy kid. I would kill the beggar. That's what I did the most in this game. But anyway, the source code, it's a Faery Tale Adventure, the map. This is one of the classic Amiga games. I know it touched the lives of many people. And the source code has been released. It's a great way to preserve Amiga history. Look at that code. He says not beautiful code. It looks like C. It looks like he wrote it in C. That's about all I know. He's got some notation here. Image characteristics, terrain characteristics, two nibbles of characteristics, terrain feature masks. So anyway, this source code will be in the AmigaBill goodie bag, and I will drop the link into the chat for you all now if you don't get the goodie bag. I will go here and also drop the link to his original post over on Reddit for all the folks that do the Reddit thing. There you go, source code to Faery Tale Adventure has now been released and preserved. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. It's a great game, 1974, you should do it. It's a mix of C and assembly, Hoffman thinks. Yeah, I think you're right. Now this is really cool. Thank you. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jake the dog dropped this in my Discord. Amiga Vision 10/10/2024 has been released with internet support, Mr. CD32 launcher, 182 game updates. So Amiga Vision is a really cool front end for your Mister. And it now has internet support, so you can now connect to the internet from your Amiga via Wi-Fi or a wired connection. So that's rad when you're emulating your Amiga on the Mister. That's awesome. It now has a CD32 launcher for the Mister. Oh, I guess even if you're not on the Mister, you can use the internet support, which is super cool. It's got CD32 launcher for Mister. Separate CD32 launcher was added to Mister's main core selection menu. It will allow you to go straight into the CD32 setup. You can put CD32 disk images in the CD32 folder. The Amiga Vision launcher entry is now optional. You can add it back into the menu in options if you got a Mister. There's now a dedicated section on setting up and launching CD32 games in the documentation. So that's cool. So we got internet support, we got the CD32 launcher, and a bunch of general improvements. Default setup now starts in NTSC instead of PAL. Oh, interesting. To cut down on any delays when booting up the setup, all games will of course run their correct PAL or NTSC resolutions. Old school LCD monitors that run in 1280 by 1024 resolution are pretty common, so we added a preset for this resolution to the screen mode and workbench. So that's cool, man. I know I haven't actually installed, I have an older version of Amiga Vision on my Mister. I need to upgrade. Jake the Dog, thank you so much for this news article. I'm gonna drop the link into the chat. If you got a Mister, definitely download the Amiga Vision. I never used it on a PC before. So I've only used Amiga Vision on my Mister. So Jake says it works on Amigas, Pi setups, and WinUAE as well. Very, very cool. Yeah, the internet is the most difficult thing for Amigas. It's hard. It is hard. And it's been optimized for NTSC, says Jake the Dog. Very, very cool. Jake the Dog, thank you so much. Appreciate you. It also works great on the Pi Storm, says Amiga Fish. There you go. Amiga Vision 2024-1010 has been released. Oh, I already dropped the link. Oh, there it is again. So good game to the folks over at Amiga Vision. Now this is interesting. This is a preview video. I found this over on AmigaNews.de. AmigaNews.de does a great job. There's a preview video for Extreme Violence 2 version 0.3. For this year's Ami Game Jam, Pixel Plop is developing a successor to Simon Green's 1993 shareware game Extreme Violence, which now supports 4 players instead of just 2. Violence, blood, and mayhem. Oh, let me pause the music. Let's go over, check it out. Let's head over to AmigaNews.de for the original article. And here is the video, folks. Oh, I gotta repatch the audio, sorry. Hold on a second. I just gotta repatch the audio, unplug my PC. We're gonna go run the cable over here like this, and I gotta get some slack going, repatching, and I'm gonna go under my headphone cable here. We're gonna repatch into, oh, I dropped it. Oh, man. This amateur hour over here on the AmigaBill stream, we're gonna plug in, got it, and let's check out the video for Extreme Violence. I used to love violence when I was a kid. I was a crazy little kid. Pixel Plop, let's go, baby. Yo, Alex Ninja, have a good one, dude. The year is 2030. The world economy has collapsed. The New World government have ordered citizens to stay indoors or be arrested. Extreme Violence is the hit TV show broadcast to the masses. Oops, I missed it. It sounds good. What's up, better Agnes? Great to see you. This is in the Ami Game Jam competition. I dig it. Let's fast forward a little bit here. Let's see what this game's all about. Oh, look at that. 2-player. Each player's got their own window.
Bingo.
A little head-to-head. I love it. It's classic multiplayer. Yeah, it looks so good. Nice sound effects.
Bingo.
Bingo. It looks like the person who made this video only had himself to play with.
Get it ready.
Or their self to play with. But yeah, it looks cool. This you know what, this would be great on Amiga Live. Oh, now we got some 2-player action going. This looks, it's cool that it's like, you know, single screen. Oh, there we go. Boom. Smashed him. It's cool that it's single screen, so you can play like local head-to-head, which I dig. That is just awesome. Cool. Extreme Violence 2. Love it.
Get it ready.
Here is the link. Calm down over there. Here's the link to where you can see the preview video for Extreme Violence 2 version 0.3 over on AmigaNews.de. There's another one called Brutal Homicide. That's hilarious. Oh, man. Next up in the Amiga News section, it's not totally Amiga News, because this week it was a little thin on the Amiga News section, but this is neat. You know, Bobby Zeal is a friend of the stream. He pops into the chat. He was streaming earlier today. I saw him over there on Twitch streaming. This is Neo Lemmix Holiday Pack. It is like a Lemmings game. We're talking about remakes. We're talking about gaming on the PC. This is like classic Lemmings on a PC. Neo Lemmix is a modernized clone of Lemmings for modern Windows OS, featuring the mechanics we love and then some more on top. Community member Bobby Zeal procured his own crazy Holiday Lemmings 24-25 pack for Neo Lemmix with some really crazy and mind-bending levels, creating everything from brink to make your Christmas time that much more enjoyable or frustrating. Full Bobby Zeal's Holiday Lemmings pack download is available over on Bobby Zeal's itch.io. He's a really good guy. Let's check it out. There it is. Holiday Lemmings 24-25 from Neo Lemmix. Fire up your Windows PC. Oh, I see Aztalk Dog is fired up about it. Jake the Dog is fired up about it. I love when you go over to an itch and you see friends over there. So it's like a modern Lemmings on your PC. Texas Foosballer said that he's worked a lot on this project. It's been following his work. Oh, cool. Graphic Avatar, I'm glad you're enjoying the Amiga News. So we got Holiday Lemmings for Neo Lemmix by Bobby Zeal. Fire up your Windows machine and get your Lemmings fix. You know, when you're not sitting at your Amiga, get your Lemmings fix on your PC. Dropping the link into the chat. There's Aztalk Dog, I see you. So good game to Bobby Zeal. So here we go. This is Porthaw dropped this into my Discord Amiga News section. The D520 is now in production. So what is the D520? Let's find out. It's basically sort of like a scaler. We'll head over to amigashop.net. The D520 video converter for Amiga, manufactured by Alinea Computer. The D520 is an external video converter that converts the analog video signal of the Amiga computer into a digital signal and it outputs to an HDMI interface. Optionally, the audio signal from the Amiga can also be processed. A jack chick cable is also included. So it connects to the Amiga RGB port, compatible with the Amiga 500, 600, 1000, 1200, 2000, 3000, 4000. It supports low-res, high-res, interlaced, and progressive PAL NTSC overscan. Lots of resolutions here. I wonder, oh, it's got a transparent rotary knob. The rotary knob intrigues me. Like for example, I'm using a RetroTink to scale all my Amiga stuff on these streams, and it doesn't have a knob on it. I'm a little jealous of the knob. Well, you know what? To be fair though, I don't know what 239 euro translates to in US dollars, but it is expensive. But I think I paid $400 for my RetroTink. You know, I mean, if you're just going to use an Amiga 500, you might just want to go with the RGB to HDMI. I don't know how much, I forgot how much I paid for my open source scan converter. I feel like my open source scan converter was probably like around the 150 range. So yeah, it is expensive, but who knows? Maybe the quality is good. It's expensive. Evil Min says an awesome piece of kit. We tested it at the Amiga meeting in Nord. I wonder what the knob does. That's cool. See, you can just take the audio out, boom, and it puts it into the HDMI feed. Interesting. Interesting. So anyway, the D520 now available from Alinea Computer. I've never shopped at Alinea, but I heard nothing but great things about Alinea. So yeah, the D520. The open source scan converter is awesome, if not a wee bit glitchy. It is a little bit glitchy, it is. But I like it. I love my open source scan converter, but my go-to is the RetroTink. Oh, you can control the settings with the knob. That's neat. That's neat, Evil Man. Hey, I dig it. If someone gets it, give us some feedback on how you like it. It's about $300 US. Got it, Keyboard G. So it's a little cheaper than the RetroTink. Oh, the new RetroTink, the RetroTink 4K is like $700, which is even more expensive. So the D520 video converter for Amiga now available from Alinea Computer. I'm dropping the link into the chat. Boom. Everyone says that Alinea is great. Expensive for a single system, yeah. But you know what? At least you can share it between systems. That's pretty cool. I'm curious to see what the quality is like. So. You know, if I don't need it because I already have the open source scan converter. I've got the RetroTink, and then on my Amiga 500, I got the RGB to HDMI. So like, I'm pretty covered, but it's an interesting option. Now this is interesting. So like I said, it was a little bit of a slow news week, but I saw this pop up in my Facebook feed. I didn't realize that this scene from Defender of the Crown was actually taken from a movie. Ricky DeRocher posted this. He said the classic film Ivanhoe influenced the artwork in the classic Defender of the Crown. According to Jim Sachs, Kellen Beck was the game designer on Defender of the Crown and had already created storyboards when I joined the project. He had used the movie Ivanhoe for inspiration, so I bought a VHS tape of the movie and watched it many times. So I didn't know it was based on a movie, but that's pretty freaking cool. That's very, very close. Now, if you look closely at these two images, look at the horns, right? The horns go up in a diagonal, and here the horns are horizontal. And Michael Parent from Bitbeam Canon, Michael's an awesome dude, creating incredible Amiga games like Metro Siege. He chimed in with a very interesting comment. Michael said, I like how they smartly changed the perspective and angle of the trumpets so they go straight across the screen, because otherwise, if they're angled like in the movie, the aliasing on them would have been terrible. See, we got horizontal trumpets, diagonal trumpets. Also, the artist saved a ton of time by making the closest guy first, then just shrinking and stamping him, and then hand cleaning them up to make all the other guys behind. So he just made this dude, and then he made the other dudes a little smaller. So that's pretty cool, man. It's not Amiga, it's not essentially news, but it was something fun that I saw, and I just wanted to share it with all of you. So, so there you go. I didn't know Defender of the Crown was based on the movie. Now I want to go rent Ivanhoe, right? You didn't know that, Paul? You didn't know that, Fishbot? Cool. Yeah, I didn't know it either. It's very, very cool. Very, very cool. So, I mean, that's it. That's all the news I had this week, folks. It was a slow week, a thin week for Amiga news. However, there were some really cool Amiga events that happened. For example, the Robin Hood Amiga group had a meeting yesterday. That's Ravi's group, and he dropped some photos over on Facebook. Let's go check him out. I know Mick Smith was in chat before, and he was there. Ravi Abbott is in Nottingham. It looks like a great meetup. I love checking out other user groups because, you know, I run the Westchester Amiga user group here in New York, and I love seeing what other folks are up to. And this looks like a great meetup. Everyone's having a great time, got the Amiga set up, it looks like a nice space. So good game to Ravi Abbott for, there's Ravi, for hosting this event and running the Norwich, no, it's not Norwich, the Robin Hood Amiga user group. Great stuff, Ravi. There's Mick, there he is. Ash at High is asking, is there an Amiga event next year in Germany? There sure is, it's in October, Ash. There's gonna be a lot of Amiga events next year for Amiga 40. Lots of stuff going down in Europe. I know there will be ones in the UK, maybe Robbie's party as well. He might do one. Maybe the Zap guys will do one. Maybe some other folks will do one. But they're definitely, Amiga Germany is the place to be, right? Michael Parent is the man. Oh, Jawolf, you were there too? Nice. Mac Kite. Do the Amiga user groups still exist? Does it still meet in Upper Manhattan? No, well, there's, Amuse is gone. Amuse was the one that met in Manhattan. They met downtown at School of Visual Arts. Unfortunately, they're not around anymore, However, some of the Amuse members have joined the Westchester Amiga user group, and we meet. We're gonna have a holiday party coming up in December. So I've heard it's October, Fluff Martin. I heard October. Almost certainly October. It's not like 100% confirmed yet, but I heard it's October. Nivrik said Kickstart UK will be different in 2025. Check the Discord. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. I will check it out. So anyway, great job to Ravi for his user group meeting yesterday. Also yesterday, remember last week we talked in the Amiga News section about Dante 3D Dev. Dante 3D Dev is creator of Castlevania AGA, and he went to Retro SC yesterday in Brazil, and he brought his Castlevania AGA, and I've got a video that I can show you guys. Let me just navigate over here for a second. Dante sent me a video of Retro SC. It's only like a quick 2-minute video. So I want to see Amiga alive and well in Brazil. I think that's pretty rad. Dropbox, today is the 17th. Where's Dante's video? I got it here somewhere. There it is, Dante's video. Let's check it out. We'll go here. We'll go back to the news section. Boom. Let's open up Dante's video. I don't know if there's sound, so I'll mute the music, go full screen, and play. Castlevania, there's Metro Siege. There it is, my parents' work right there. Matt, Mike, Corey, and Alex, that's great. Keeping the Amiga alive in Brazil. Yo, good game, Dante 3D Dev. That is freaking cool. He's got a 1000 there too, showing the inside of the Amiga 1000 case with all the signatures in it. Great job, Dante. Great job, dude. Brazil community for the win, exactly. Yeah, next year is Amiga 40. It is. Dante, thank you for sharing the video with me. Appreciate it, Dante. What else is going on? The Norwich Amiga user group meeting is happening right now. Actually, it probably just ended. That's my man, Nag Graham. They've got a Facebook group here, which I'll drop into the chat as well. If you happen to be in the UK and you want to hit up a Norwich Amiga user group meeting. I don't know who these folks are based on this photo. However, I recognize that beard. I recognize that beard. That's Amiga for Mortals beard, creator of the Immortal joystick. The beard stands out in the photo. So great job to Nag Graham and the Norwich Amiga users on their meeting today. That's your crew, Hoff. That's your crew. That's awesome. I love it, Hoff. So great job to the Norwich Amiga user group. I'm gonna drop this link into the chat for anyone that wants to go to a Norwich meeting. Boom. It's your group, even though you live 200 miles away. Oh man. I don't see Hoff in there too. You see Fryer85, Nibrig? Nice. Lag is coming up on December 7th. Mick Smith, please send me the link, okay? I would love to report on it. I don't see I just recognize Immortal joysticks by the beard. Again, we've got the West Midlands Amiga user group. That is Pixels at Dawn Gaming's group from Amiga Addict Magazine. So we got West Midlands coming up on November 30th in Telford, Shropshire. So much cool stuff happening in the UK. Taking it back home to the US of A on the East Coast, we've got Atari Party 2024. My good buddy Pete Fletcher is putting on this party. It happens in Quakertown, PA, and there's gonna be, the WOG is invading, folks. There's gonna be a WOG invasion to the Atari Party. Corbo is probably charging up the Rivian right now. We're gonna road trip it out to Pennsylvania, Quakertown, PA. The real Tony Rocks is coming. Voxel Trots is coming. So it's an Amiga invasion at Atari Party. But in all seriousness, it's a lot of fun. Pete Fletcher is one of the nicest guys on the planet. He is an Atari ST guy. Bill Lang will be there with the Atari 8-bit. Jamie Landito will be there. Lots of really cool people in the retro community on the East Coast of the USA will be there. And if you're interested, you can reach out to me or email Pete at AtariParty2024@iCloud.com. It happens in this really cool, like, old train station, and it's a small space, so it's kind of like a first come first serve basis. So if you're interested in coming, like, just let Pete know that, hey, I'm interested in coming, is there any room left, that kind of thing. But I'll be there with the Westchester Amiga User Group crew, and we'll go easy on those Atari guys, don't worry. Atari Party 2024, I will drop the link into the chat for all of you, and boom, there you go. The links is very cool. Oh yeah, Pete always brings his links. Also, the Yorkshire Amiga User Group I just have Yorkshire Amiga User Group kicking butt. They've got all kinds of stuff coming up next year for the Amiga's 40th anniversary. You can go to yorkshireamiga.co.uk, and that will give you all the info about all the Yorkshire events coming up in 2025. I think the next one is February 22nd, it looks like. So good game to Yorkshire, good game to all the people who are keeping the Amiga alive with their user groups. We're so lucky. Like 2024, I guess it's never been a better time to be an Amiga user. So I know it was thin, but I tried to find some Amiga news for you this week, folks. And that is the Amiga news section for November 17th, 2024. Thanks for watching, and big ups to everyone who's keeping the Amiga alive, making new games, running user groups, making music, doing whatever, anything to keep the Amiga alive. Going to shows, repping the Amiga at different shows, invading the Atari party, invading the Brazil party. There